Yes! Preseason and SEC champ. Bang! Roll Tide, roll on 3. 1, 2, 3. Roll Tide, roll!
I mean, we got to talk about the famous, the thing that's making the Alabama team viral on Let's Run and every other news outlet. So was this a planned celebration, assuming that you would win the race? Was this premeditated and thought about ahead of time? Or was this like an in the moment, someone passed you a cigar?
Yeah, somebody was like, I've got cigars.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the whole Tennessee-Alabama rivalry in football, whoever wins smokes cigars.
Right. Yeah.
So kind of starts with that. And then Monday morning, we have team meetings to start the week. We get our weekly sheets, everything like that. Coach Waters puts under Friday, like he always puts like little details, like stay hydrated, do the little things, stretch, get good rest, eat right, all that stuff. And under Friday, he put smoke them if you got them. And I didn't know if he was like kind of joking or kind of like what he was kind of thinking when he, put that. But I was like, shoot, well, I'm going to go. So I went to like a cigar shop and I got a bunch of cigars and I'm like, I'm not going to tell anyone. I don't want to like jinx it or anything like that, be superstitious and stuff. So I got like 12 cigars for all of us to kind of smoke. But what I didn't know is that my dad was going to have one at the finish line. That was a total surprise. So like there's pictures of us where we're smoking them on the balcony of the hotel. And those are like the cigars that I brought, but I didn't realize that my dad was going to bring one. So we get out of the whole, like that, where they corral us basically after we finish, we get out of that area. And then like, that's when it's like mayhem, everyone's celebrating and stuff. And then he comes up to me, just hands it to me. And I'm like, okay, like let's go basically. So, he lights it up and it was funny too. Cause like, I just start I don't really know what to do. I just start smoking it and like they're taking pictures and then he's like, go over there. And then like, I go over and like the whole team came around, which is really cool. And I'm like puffing on it and I'm like, dude, I still have to cool down and stuff. Like the last thing I need is like to get like really sick. So like one of the, like, I think, yeah, in the picture, like I'm not holding it because like I was like looking around, like someone's got to take this from me because like I'm like something's gonna happen, but like, I'm not gonna be able to cool down or I'm gonna throw up on the podium because I'm puffing on this thing too much. I mean, and it was the best tasting cigar I've ever had, just because I mean, post all like just all the emotions, all the work, and everything like that. It tasted amazing. A little funny story. Was so my dad, he brought some, like one for Cash and one for Coach Waters as well. So he goes to Coach Waters and he's like, hey, I heard Tennessee really likes to smoke these things, as a joke because of the football game and stuff. He didn't know that Sean Carlson was like right behind him. So after my dad walks away from Coach Waters, Coach Carlson runs up to my dad, not happy at all. And it was like, you really shouldn't say that in front of the Tennessee coach. And he's just like, oh, whoa, like they didn't mean anything like that.
Yeah.
Just, I'm just kind of celebrating the win. So it was a little trippy, but I mean, at the same rate, he reacts like that. But, he's letting his athletes post on social media. When we were named preseason SEC champs, they're putting laughing emojis and sleeping emojis, that we were ranked number 1. And it's like, he's an active guy on social media. He knows that they're putting that out there, but then he gets, all bent out of shape about a cigar. So it's, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a pretty funny kind of thing that kind of happened with all that as well. But yeah, like we wanted to smoke them on the stage, but we couldn't do that because, I guess it's against NCAA rules to have tobacco products on the stage.
It's funny because that means that somebody has tried to do it before. That's why they have a rule.
Yeah, because like when we were going to the podium, like we grabbed the cigars that I had, and the Cash was like, no, we can't do that. We can't do that.
Damn. Yeah. What I like about the story, I didn't realize that your dad was kind of the person that really got it going at the finish line. So, I mean, shout out to him for just being bought into Alabama, like right away, right out of the gates. I mean, shout out Mr. Grant. That's good shit. So
yeah. Oh, everyone was talking about like, they're like, that's so cool. Like just the whole experience of like, when are you ever going to like have your dad light a cigar for you on national TV after winning a champ? Like it was a really special moment.
Like I hope that becomes a staple of the SEC championship. Like how many more people do you think would watch it knowing that like, hey, the winner is going to do something like that?
Yeah. I mean, I think so too. I think it's just great for the sport and stuff like that. It's fun, right? Like it's all part of it. And like, like I have nothing against the Tennessee guys. They're all great athletes. Like they're hard workers. Like we're going to go see them at regionals here in a couple of weeks and, more than likely at nationals after that as well. So, I mean, like all due respect to those guys they're studs and stuff like that. But, it's fun because like, they kind of talk their talk at the beginning of the year. And it's like, I loved it personally because it's like, okay, this is personal now. Like this is fun. Right. And I think the sport needs a little bit more of that. Like I didn't take it like I didn't get offended or anything about it, but it's like, okay, like let's go to work. Like let's, it makes it fun. And then us, celebrating like that, I'm sure that pissed them off as well. But I think that just builds the rivalry and makes it fun.
It's motivating. And I feel like you can still respect somebody while also like talking trash.
Yeah, exactly. And like, and I respect those guys 100%. Like I have nothing against them, but it makes it a lot more fun whenever, there's a little bit of shit talked.
Absolutely. Competitors on the field for sure. And then off the field, you can respect one another. But I mean, running is like the one sport, we've talked about this before on the podcast, but like every other sport, like the level of shit talk in football or like anything else, it's expected. Yeah, it's expected. It's part of the entertainment. And then in running, it seems like people have like an extra sensitive filter on when it comes to some of that stuff. And it just makes it so much more exciting if people are willing to do stuff like that. So I was curious, did you hear everything I'm seeing at least seems to be positive. Like this is awesome. Making it more exciting. Did you hear of any backlash or was there any backlash about doing it? Anyone who is upset over, using a tobacco product at a cross country meet?
I didn't get any like, on like the no context, track post. They were like saying like, oh, like aerobic capacity and stuff like that, making jokes about that. So that was pretty funny. So I really enjoyed that, but yeah, no, I mean like, I remember when LSU and Houston, the 4x1 at Texas Relays, that when that happened, it seemed like people were more upset that happened than like happy. And it's like, but then also that was like the most publicity track had gotten in, who knows how long.
Exactly.
And it's like, I don't understand either that, the whole like you can respect your opponent and talk, or you can like, and then there's, for some reason there seems to be like, you can't celebrate in track. Like you want to race and it's like, oh, like that's disrespectful if you celebrate. It's like people, I mean, are like grittying when they touch that, like when they score a touchdown and stuff like that, they might not even win the game. And it's just, but when you like dig so deep in the well and you win a race or whatever, and you celebrate, it's like, you get negative responses from it, which I don't necessarily agree with either. I think that's, I think there needs to be, like more Noah Lyles. Noah Lyles makes the sport a lot of fun. Ripping off the speed suit, like it's stuff like that makes it a lot of fun. So yeah, no, I totally agree.